And welcome back to the
They Don't Tell You. The shh.
That's right. Shh. And that helps us a lot with monetization.
Steve hates being shushed.
I do hate being shushed.
So what I did last night is he kept trying to talk to me and I would just shush him. And that was funny.
Yeah, she loves that.
And it made me fall asleep.
She went right before bed. She was laughing to herself and it passed her right out. Because we were talking in bed, as couples do, and she kept on just randomly deciding when to shush me just for fun.
Because he hates it.
I hate it. I do hate it.
He gets actually mad about it.
I do. Yep. I don't know why. I don't know where that comes from, but I do.
But he knew I was doing it as a bit. It's fine.
Of course. Anywho, today we are indeed going to figure out who is, in fact, the a-hole. So that's very important that we uncover that for the world and for everyone to know. For
all to know. And exactly. We are professionals at uncovering who the a-hole is. And that is our actual profession. So usually we say it's for entertainment value, but this actually is our expertise. Yep. And we are the authority on who a-holes are.
Oh, yeah. So check this one out. Am I the blank hole for leaving? Yeah, thank you. For leaving a party because my date refused to get me water. I had been seeing someone I met through mutual friends. We had good times one-on-one, and when he invited me to events with his friends, I'd contribute to the group dynamic by never showing up empty-handed and offering to grab drinks for others. Fast forward to a holiday-themed party with his friends. My date and I planned to meet there and hang afterwards. I spent the day cleaning my condo and preparing mulled wine to bring.
Ooh, mulled wine. Is that why you picked this one?
We'll see.
I like mulled wine.
During the party, people were getting drinks for one another, including when I served the wine. At one point, I was sitting on the couch, blocked by only my date on one side and many others to my other side. I was tired and didn't feel like tightly squeezing past people I didn't know, so I asked my date if he could grab me a glass of water. He shook his head, and after I said, huh? He said, no, I was just up, and you could have asked before I sat down again.
Oh, God.
You don't think that's reasonable?
No.
I was taken aback because I view small gestures like grabbing water as basic acts of care for friends, but especially for someone you're dating.
Yeah, and especially if they ask nicely.
Yeah, exactly. That moment, combined with a long day of preparation, left me feeling drained. Since the party was winding down, I didn't have the energy to engage further. I said my goodbyes and called a ride right away. My date offered to walk me out and said he felt hurt that I was leaving. I explained that I needed to recharge, but he was welcome to come over after the party. As we walked out, I jokingly mentioned how him not getting me water surprised me. He replied, wow, that really upset you, huh? I have to be guarded about these things, you know. Later, we texted, but he seemed more upset about me leaving than interested in why I felt drained. When I tried to call, he didn't answer. His texts were curt. And eventually I told him I'd let him decompress. 2 days later, I called to discuss what happened. Geez, you took 2 days to tell this guy?
No, it took 2 days for him to not be curt to her. She was waiting for him. Honestly, the 2 days sounds like he's being curt to her over the text.
Right.
So all right, you decompress and let me know when you're ready. And then 2 days goes by, she doesn't hear anything.
Yeah, she said he says he'd call that evening, but didn't reach out till 3 days later.
Exactly.
Saying I'm, quote, I'm not dodging you. I'm just being busy.
It's him, not her.
At that point, I was over it, especially since he never acknowledged the misunderstanding or my attempts to resolve it. A month later, we finally had a conversation. He explained that getting me water felt, quote, subservient and was something I had to earn through time and, quote, being in the trenches with him. This is why I picked this one.
I'm appalled.
He also said I didn't understand how busy his life was. For context, I work multiple jobs. I calmly explained that grabbing water for someone isn't about being subservient, but a small act of kindness. After reflecting, I feel his responses in handling the situation were disrespectful and indicative of bigger issues.
There's even a trope about this. There's trends on TikTok about every time you sit down, the wife is like, "Can you get me a water?" That's a trope. 1,000%. So if you're not ready to get water, you're not ready to be involved in a marriage or a relationship.
I agree.
Because it just is we just are oh, I'm thirsty as soon as you sit down. Sorry, I'm just thirsty. And granted, you don't have to get water, but is very kind, and it makes me be in love with you more. It's
also the thing where it's when I used to get Taco Bell or whatever, and I'd be like, "Do you want anything from Taco Bell?" And you'd be like, "Nah." And then when I got home, you were like, "Can I have can I have a taco or whatever?
I don't remember
shit
ever
like
not
that.
wanting Taco Bell.
Well, I know, but you know what I'm saying? Like when you weren't hungry and then I come home and then
it's
you
true.
want my food.
And then I want, because now I'm hungry.
Right. And it's just like what you do is you just get some insurance food.
Yeah. Insurance food's a good move.
Important.
It's a good move. But that's the thing is that you learn to adapt. You're like, all right, this keeps happening and it's slightly annoying.
Yes.
So I'm going to do something that makes it less annoying for me.
Exactly.
And that's just like how relationships are. Is there's like a little bit of compromise. But getting a water for someone, that is like the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of.
Dude, but there's this new shit, I'm telling you, there's this new in the manosphere where guys are really like, I don't know, like on the defense at all times.
Yeah, that's it. They're like being...
I don't want to look like a bitch.
Their defense as an offense.
Yeah.
It's like they go out of their way before anyone even like ask them for anything. No one's attacking them. Like,
hey, can you grab me one of those waters over there?
I wonder if like one of his...
be in the trenches with me,
like,
babe.
what if one of his guy friends asked for water? Like, oh, could you give me a water? Like, and they were like stuck in the middle of the couch.
Dude.
Like, would he also take it that way? Or would he just be... Is it just because it's his girlfriend?
I don't know. Yeah, that quote about you had to earn it through time and being in the trenches with him.
That's ridiculous.
Is wild.
So wild. That is the wildest take I've ever heard on getting someone water.
Thank you. Dude, all the time at JK, one of the boys is getting up and we're all kind of stuck in this like little area. You have to like slither around each other. So it's like someone will be like, hey, can you get the water?
That's what I'm saying. Like if it's a guy friend, is it just because he's like triggered by a woman asking and like the manosphere stuff?
I think it's that stuff.
You know?
Yeah. There's so much of that out there right now.
But what's crazy is like, so in the trad wife type of that, like there's like two different things going on. Like one's like, oh, we're anti-feminism because like you should want to be like a wife to your man and like do all the traditional things.
Right.
Okay, well then the man also did chivalrous things like get the woman water.
Yeah.
So like it wasn't like
exactly
he didn't put anything into it. It's like not the man didn't just go to work and then that's it. Like he still did things to show that he loved the woman. Like that was he's courting his woman.
Right.
And this is still the courting phase. They're not married. So like
that's exactly why you got to be on your best freaking behavior, right? You got to be like, you're trying to get this chick to like be with you more.
Trying to reel her in.
Not less.
And once you got it locked down, then you can slack off.
Yeah, then you can completely fucking give it
slack off.
Yeah, who cares? Yeah, so you're definitely not the a-hole, and that guy sucks.
No, good riddance.
I think red flag city.
Red flag
I hate
city.
taking a small thing like this and just blowing it up, but to me, the way that he reacted to it is actually insane.
I don't even understand how someone's mind could go there.
It's one of the more insecure things I've seen lately.
Man, dating sounds like shit.
It does, man. I know. No offense out there to people who have to go through that. We apologize.
We're praying for you.
Seriously.
At least to be prepared with all of our expertise on who is a-holes to not be an a-hole.
Correct.
Yeah.
I like to think so. All right, check this out. Am I the a-hole for going off on my mother-in-law? Oof. To preface, I have a 9-week-old baby. I was booby feeding her, and it caused total chaos on my mental health, so I switched to formula. I also had tried exclusive pumping. What's that mean?
Exclusive pumping?
Yeah, what's that?
Well, I have to hear the context.
Okay. She just says it was even worse. My mother-in-law asked...
Oh, exclusive. Oh, so instead of breastfeeding, like with the child latching onto the nip,
yeah,
like she pumps and like stores the breast milk so that she doesn't have to latch.
Word.
Yeah.
Okay. My mother-in-law asked how breastfeeding was going, and I told her we switched to formula. She said, "Oh, you gave up already?"
Oh, I think I've heard this one.
Yeah, I did. It was causing me to mentally spiral. I snapped at her and told her to keep her unsolicited opinion to herself. Also, apparently when I left the room, she told my husband that he should attempt to convince me to keep breastfeeding. I think I could be the a-hole for going off on her, and my husband said I shouldn't have said anything, but I've been having a lot of mom guilt about stopping. It just got under my skin. So AITA here.
No. I mean, I'm sure maybe there was like a more gentler approach you could have done to retort. Like maybe, I don't know how, I mean, in this context, it just sounds like the mom said a kind of semi-rude thing and then you snap at her. Like, so, I mean, maybe there was a less harsh way to say it, but I don't think the intent is wrong. I also, this is one of It's one of the reasons that I'm like, man, parenthood on top of like raising a kid, you have to get input from all these other people
Everybody
about how you're doing everything wrong. It sounds like shit.
It sounds terrible.
Dating sounds like shit. Being a mom sounds like shit when like other people have opinions on how you're momming. I don't know. I think I would say the same thing, but like maybe a little softer. But as long as the husband has her back, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks.
Yeah. I think that dude, the idea that anyone is going to tell me what to do already inherently sort of pisses me off about certain things.
Right. Well, it makes it like they think that they're the best at it then.
Yeah.
Like the way that I raised my kid was the absolute best. And if you're not doing it exactly how I did it, then you're not doing it right.
How the hell did anyone raise a kid before you did, by the way?
Exactly.
That's always my thing. I just think everyone gets so nitpicky about certain things. And like my sister's very helicopter-y as a parent, as you know. And it's one of those things where I'm like, you know, it's like if you cough in her house, she's like, wait, do you have a cold? Do you have the flu right now or something? Like, dude, I just coughed, man. Like, I had a cold drink. You know what I mean? Like,
meanwhile, I feel like someone's always sick at that house.
Always sick.
Yeah.
But stuff like that where it's like, I don't know, man, the helicopter parent stuff. It's like, how did a kid ever live without these magical rules that you have?
Yeah.
And by the way, growing up, it was not like that with us at all.
Yeah,
we
same.
went to school, we came home, we coughed all over our hands and everything in the world. And we all somehow made it. You know?
I mean, your sister is in like a medical field. Maybe she's just like, I mean, she's a veterinarian. So like.
She's just always been like that.
Maybe she's kind of a germ freak.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. But like, you're not going to prevent it. Kids are going to be kids and kids are going to get sick.
Well, also epidemiology like kind of needs them to
get sick,
things and get sick and all that.
Yeah, immunize themselves from like lots of bacteria and diseases. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to say not the a-hole.
Not the a-hole.
At all.
Nope.
And my whole thing is if you're going to give me input, I can give you feedback as well.
But like, I guess the way that it was written to snap and go, and maybe you should keep your unsolicited opinions to yourself. I don't know. I just think there's probably a gentler
There's a better way to set a boundary. Way to set a boundary.
The intent is fine.
Yeah,
completely fine.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Okay, check this one out. Am I the a-hole for beating my girlfriend's dad in a hot dog eating contest?
I'm glad you added the second part.
Yeah.
It's like beating my girlfriend's dad is, yes, you are the a-hole.
Yeah, you would have been bad. Would have been bad.
In a hot dog eating contest?
Yeah.
Okay.
In typical Reddit fashion, they say throwaway account for anonymity.
Great.
Okay, so the hot dog eating contest happened like 6 months ago during the summer. And I had no idea I did anything wrong. But my girlfriend and I were arguing about something else. And she brought the contest up and said I had acted childishly. And I wanted to know if there was anything I had to apologize for. So basically the story goes. 6 months ago, my girlfriend invited me to a food festival in her hometown. The day I arrived, I learned that there was a hot dog eating contest. And the prize was a $100 gift card to a large tech retail store. Why won't they say what tech retail store it is? Freaking Redditors and their anonymity.
Best Buy.
Like, well, then maybe you could figure out who this was and what the hot dog eating contest was.
Yeah,
so incredible.
Because a hot dog eating contest, that's not specific enough. And the dad got mad about it. That's not specific enough.
A large retail. Okay, so Best Buy or
maybe it was actually a pie eating contest. And he
so dumb. Anyway, exactly. I changed what kind of contest it was for anonymity. Being a casual competitive eater in college, I decided it would be a fun idea to enter, and I signed up on the website. When I told my girlfriend's family I'd entered the contest, my girlfriend's dad good-naturedly clapped me on the back and said, "Let the best man win." Apparently, my girlfriend's dad had won the hot dog eating contest the last 4 years and was somewhat expecting to win again. Wanting the gift card, I decided to give the contest my all. I ate a bunch of hot dogs. I need like this one. I wasn't even paying attention to what I was doing, and by the time I was done, I'd eaten 16 hot dogs in 5 minutes, handily beating my girlfriend's dad, who only ate 12 hot dogs.
Wow, that's 3 more hot dogs.
And exactly. When I was done, my girlfriend's brother, Liam, 14 male, and a bunch of his friends mobbed me, calling me, quote, the dogler, giving me high fives and clapping me on the back. They said that I had dethroned, quote, the dogler
the previous
before
dogler,
me. Yeah, pointing to my girlfriend's dad, and that I was the new dogler. That I was a real glizzy rizzler or something like that, and then I was just shoving glizzy after glizzy down my gullet. They posed for pictures with me. It was weird but kind of fun. Later, my girlfriend's dad came up to me. He shook my hand and said it was a good competition. He went home to do something in his wood shop.
Oh.
So I hung out with my girlfriend, Liam, and his friends, going around to various food stalls and games. When we all ate dinner that night, this cat still had dinner afterwards.
Yeah, dude. He's a maniac.
He's the
He's the
Dogler.
Glizzy Rizzler.
He's the Dogler for sure. The hot dog contest didn't even come up at all, except for when Liam kept referring to me as the Dogler and saying he wanted to make a special Dogler shirt for me. We had a nice breakfast the next morning. No sign that anything was wrong. Today, however, my girlfriend brought it up in our argument that her dad was actually really wounded by losing the hot dog eating contest. But he just didn't say anything to me. I said if I wasn't supposed to enter the contest, then it really wasn't a contest.
Yeah.
And she said it was less about the contest, but about the special Dogler shirt.
Aw.
Liam made
He's
his
not the Dogler anymore.
Liam made his dad the Dogler shirt for years that he won the contest, but I got the Dogler 2024 shirt.
This is so much.
Isn't this incredible? This is a good one.
This is
a
like
really good
this is
one.
like a sitcom episode.
Yeah. She said that her dad only wanted to win the contest to, quote, connect with Liam. And if anything, I should be able to understand the masculine ego. So
She's supposed to let him win?
She's supposed to let him win so he could connect with his son.
Well, like, he's supposed to know that too?
Like, give me a break, dude.
All the background story?
Give me a break. So is he the a-hole?
How come the dad has problems connecting to his son?
Yeah, dude. I mean, if
Maybe
being
he
the
should-
Dogler means that much
That's
to
the
you.
only thing that he connects with his son?
He's like, my son looks up to me every single day because I'm the Dogler.
And I let him down.
I let him down. I let everyone
him
down. I let the city down.
But if that goddamn boyfriend hadn't been here, I would have been the
had the
Dogler.
2024
and my
Dogler
son
shirt.
would have still loved me.
It's pretty hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
But dudes have weird ego things, right? So
For sure. Especially when you're getting older and you don't have much left. Like, you're like, well, at least I still win the Dogler.
every year.
Yeah, like I can't really run as fast or, chop wood as strongly,
Yeah.
but I could shovel some hot dogs.
Yeah.
And nobody could shovel hot dogs like I shovel hot dogs. So at least there's that. And then he has nothing to hang his hat on anymore.
Yeah, I also
He's washed.
he is washed for sure. And now he
Yeah.
has nothing left.
Yeah.
If they were like he went into his woodshed and there was a single gunshot sound
Yeah, yeah.
and a report flash in the window, that was the end of my girlfriend's dad. That
Yeah.
would have been pretty crazy.
Should I apologize to the family? I made my girlfriend's dad take his life, unalive himself.
Yeah, there. Thank you.
They say.
Thank
That's
you.
the Reddit way to say it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously this one's who's not the a-hole here, but that was
Yeah.
just too good.
How do you resolve a conflict like that though? Like, is the girlfriend hyping it because to add extra, salt to the
She's using it later to get him
as
for
a weapon?
a weapon.
Or is the dad really that hurt? Because maybe the dad would be embarrassed if he knew.
Oh my
that
God, shouldn't he?
the boyfriend?
Shouldn't he be?
No, yeah.
Why would he admit that to anybody? Is my
Exactly.
thing.
Well, I don't. Maybe he didn't.
Yeah,
maybe
maybe he
the
didn't.
girlfriend
Maybe he
is
just saw
just.
his body
That's what I'm saying.
language.
Maybe the girlfriend's exaggerating it, and she's actually embarrassing like everybody along the way.
He did go work in his wood shop after. I think that says
I
a
mean,
lot.
I think it's true.
Yeah.
I think he did get wounded, but I don't think he told anybody that, and probably doesn't even want the daughter to know that.
I would have treated it like, I just lost the Super Bowl. Like,
Well, yeah, you did. You lost your
Yeah,
title.
and
You were the
that's-
king. Now you're not the king.
that's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Big deal.
Is there anything that you're currently the king at that
I'm the crypto king. Duh.
yeah.
So yeah, the king of
So
crypto.
anything.
The little king of crypto. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Am I the queen of crypto?
No, you haven't done anything.
I know, but
You just chill.
through marriage.
I don't think so.
It doesn't work that way?
No, it doesn't work that way.
What the hell? What do I get to inherit?
Oh, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
We're gonna go with that. We're gonna go on a little break,
I want a treasure trove full of bitcoins.
and when we come back, it's gonna take
I
a
wanna hold it in
long
my
time.
hand.
It's gonna take a long time for that. I'll tell you that.
Man.
And when we come back, way more a-hole questions after these words.
After this break. You know what a glizzy is?
Of course, hot dog.
Okay.
I'm cool.
No.
Yes, it is. I'm cool enough to know that.
Couldn't trick him.
Couldn't get me. All right, we'll be right back.
hey, we're on a break right now, and I guess we're supposed to promo our show.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about our show.
We're going to talk about a show that you took a break from to like talk about how you should listen to our show.
Technically, we're not on break. We're still working.
It's called Shit They Don't Tell You, and it's all the shit that we wish people would have told us that we had to mess up on and figure out ourselves. Now we're telling you about it.
That's it.
And sometimes we answer questions that you send in, and sometimes we judge other people's situations.
So keep listening and check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/sticky. Thank you.
And shout out to Brian Jorgensen.
And welcome back.
Welcome back.
It'll tell you.
The shh.
And so check this one out.
What?
Am I the hole
Butthole.
for wearing a corset to a baby shower?
Okay.
For some background context, my sister and I could not be any different. They're both 18.
Okay.
Just to name a few
They're
examples.
twins?
I have no idea. One's 18, one's 17. Okay, smartass.
All right. I don't know. Whoa.
I just hate reading all this shit where they go,
Okay, fine.
my sister Jay, 18, and I, 17.
Okay,
It's just,
fine. Continue.
Smooth it out. All right.
Shut up.
Just to name a few examples, she is the sporty one while I do theater. She's extroverted while I am an introvert. And while her sweet 16 was spent on a yacht with all of her friends, mine was spent with my tight circle. Not only that, we even look completely different. Jay dresses and keeps up with trends, while I personally like to dress more gothically.
Gothically.
Never seen that spelled that way before.
Okay.
We are so different, in fact, that when our parents divorced, she went to live with my mom an hour away, and I stayed with our dad in our small hometown. Another thing about Jay is she likes to take every chance she gets to belittle me and make me feel horrible about myself. Anyway, today is our cousin's wife's baby shower. As I mentioned before, my closet is more gothic, and I do not have bright and fun colors. The only bright thing I had in my closet was a pair of pink cargo pants, but the baby is a boy, so it wouldn't work out. So I decided I would just dress how I normally do. I wore a pair of black bell-bottoms, Doc Martens, a long-sleeve forest green blouse, a black hat, and a corset belt. What's that mean?
Well, it's like a belt. It's like a wrestling belt.
Okay, word.
Kind of like that.
Okay, word. When I got into my bathroom to do my hair, Jay walked in and immediately told me to change as soon as she saw what I was wearing. I asked her why, and she started to blow up about how I'm supposed to wear bright blue to the baby shower. I just told her to mind her own business, and I didn't wear bright colors, and there wasn't a dress code at the baby shower. Jay, upset with not having her way, asked our dad for his opinion, and he said I looked fine. Then she went on a rant about how it's inappropriate to wear a corset and too dressy for a brunch. When I told her that everyone wears corset belts to brunch, she went to her room and called the mother-to-be to try to tell her that I was wearing a corset and she should uninvite me.
Whoa.
Mind you, this is all happening 20 minutes before the baby shower even started, but I went to the party a little bit earlier than what Jay had planned, and she said that I would still be an a-hole if I go to the baby shower. I'm now in my car, mustering up the courage to go into the small event space where the baby shower is being held, but am I the a-hole?
I mean, no. Like, the sister, I just don't get when people concern themselves so much with other people.
Then they need to be right about it.
Yeah, and then like calling the mother-to-be on her day, it's just like you're making it about you.
Yeah, you're making it all about you.
You're making it like it has to be your rules to not even your own event.
It is really weird.
Like, what is that? I don't get it.
You're hall monitoring the event.
Yeah, exactly.
And nobody asked you to be.
Nobody asked you. Also,
I think the matron of honor usually does that during the wedding or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Just make sure to regulate that good bitches is wearing white.
Well, yeah, that and like, you know, mostly to monitor the bridesmaids, like so that they don't outshine the bride. So like no crazy hair, no crazy makeup, no crazy like extra
like
things.
If somebody showed up with blue hair, bright blue hair,
Stop.
That would be a no-no.
Stop. I didn't know that before our wedding.
That happened though.
It did happen.
It's pretty wild. I never knew about that. As
Me
a thing.
neither, because I've never been to weddings.
The other girls were so upset
They were
about it.
freaking out.
And I was like, I don't understand what's going on.
I had no idea.
And they're like, you don't understand. Like when you take a picture, everyone's going to look at her blue freaking hair first.
Especially if she's right next to me.
Right.
Which in the original lineup, she was going to be right next to me.
Right. And I was like, I never even thought about that.
I never thought about that either, but I'm happy that they said something because it's true.
It's mind-blowing.
Like in the pictures, like you do notice like a bright blue and purple thing.
Yeah.
Like you do.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting.
So yeah. Yeah, I'm about to be a bridesmaid again this year, and it's the first year in over 20 years that I colored my hair. And even though it's like still a natural color, I'm still like, should I dye it back before I'm a bridesmaid?
Everyone tell her how cute it looks, please.
Thanks. Tell me how cute it looks.
Make sure to bomb her with love.
It's been over 20 years. I was very nervous. I thought they were going to turn my hair orange.
But it worked out great.
Yeah.
And it looks really good.
And I'm going to I'm gonna lighten it even more in the spring.
Are you used to it yet?
Yeah, I do like it.
Are you nervy about doing it in the spring just before the wedding?
No, the wedding's not till June. So
Well, that's what I mean.
I'm gonna do it at March.
Oh, I see. So you have
it's still
plenty of
3
time
more
if,
months,
if
yeah.
you didn't like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Word.
And then also, I kind of am okay with going back to my natural hair color for the wedding because I would still have like it'd be colored underneath.
Yeah.
So you would still see like different shades of my natural color.
Yeah.
Basically, like it can't cover it completely.
Your title is bridesmaid in this thing?
I think so, yeah.
Do I get to do anything cool?
No.
Oh, okay. This is a mutual friend of ours. So
Yeah.
You'd think I would get something cool to do.
No. Well, you get to accompany me to the wedding.
That's pretty cool.
So that's sick.
I'll do that.
Yeah. No wearing baseball hats.
No baseball hats accepted. I'll wear a football helmet.
Don't wear a football
Instead.
helmet.
Nikki's last night, she's like, "You're going to go to the GPI Awards with me?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
The
She's
GPI awards are poker awards.
She's like, because she got nominated, shout
I got
out.
nominated for 2 awards.
2 awards, shout out to Nikki.
Shout out for me.
Not the a-hole for that.
I don't get nominated for things.
But is Nikki the a-hole for this? Are you ready for this?
No.
Are you ready for this?
What?
She's like, last night we're laying in bed. This is before she starts shushing me nonstop.
Yeah.
Right? And she's like,
Because he started saying shit like that.
she's like, we're going to go to GPI Awards. She's like, you're not wearing no baseball hats or whatever.
Yeah, because a couple of times I thought we were going to a pretty formal event, and he tries to leave the house with a baseball hat on. And I'm like, what are you doing? Take the hat off. And he's like, no. And he starts getting all whiny like a teenage kid.
If it's a baseball hat with the Colts logo on it, is it still a baseball hat?
Yes.
Stop sounding dumb.
Well, the type of hat is a baseball hat,
it's
yes.
a trucker hat, actually.
It's not a trucker hat. That's a trucker hat. What you're wearing right now is a trucker hat.
Yeah, I know what a trucker hat is.
Okay, well, none of your Colts hats are truckers hats. You want to manifest a Colts trucker hat for
They're
me
called
right
dad
now.
hats, not baseball hats.
Show me.
People
No,
call 'em dad hats.
hats are a different style. Anyway, no hats. No hats. Because I'm telling him enough in advance to not throw a fit as we're leaving for the GPI Awards that he's going to try to sneak out with a hat. I'm letting the rules start now.
A fit is hilarious.
He throws a fit.
I do not throw a fit.
Yeah, he goes.
I'm like, I'm wearing my damn hat.
He huffs and puffs like
Yeah,
Napoleon
I do. I do
Dynamite.
huff and puff.
Like Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, not like Napoleon
Yeah,
Dynamite.
he's like, oh, mom. I just want to wear my hat.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't get it. What's the big deal?
Oh,
I'm
it
just wearing
doesn't
my
look
hat.
good. Doesn't look good.
Well, it's because I've been wearing my hat all day and I wasn't warned about
Well, then,
this in advance.
what do you mean
So my
warned?
hair's all crushed
We're
down.
going out to a nice event. Why would you ever assume you can wear a baseball hat?
I see people wearing hats all over the place.
That's silly.
All over the place.
Not to formal events.
I thought this was America.
You look sillier with a hat on than you do with no hat on. Whatever you're concerned about underneath your hat, like it's 10 million times better than wearing a hat to like some black tie event.
We got it, Limo.
Well, I don't
We're
understand your
moving
brain
on, and
sometimes.
everyone's saying that you're the a-hole right now. So
They're not. Don't say that.
they're saying you're the a-hole,
No,
but
they're
they're
not.
saying you're an a-hole with
No,
pretty
I'm
hair.
not. And I'm letting you know way in advance now because the awards show's not even for over a month.
Well, I appreciate that. Okay, are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
Am I the a-hole for telling
Aim.
my family to respect that I recycle in my own home? It's a community rule and one I respect. My sister was over visiting, and it was the day that trash and recycling are put out for the next day pickup. We have weekly trash and bi-weekly recycling pickup. As I was gathering the recycling, my sister yanked it out of my hands and threw it in the trash, saying, quote, "You don't have to recycle." I told her, we recycle in this house, and it's your prerogative to recycle or not in your own home, but it's a community regulation. She called me a stupid ass and stormed out in a huff. Am I the a-hole? I'll never accept that I was and still continue to recycle.
Then why are you posting it?
Yeah, why are you asking for
You're
the
trying
community
to
then?
have the community call your sister an a-hole so you can show her. So that kind of makes you an a-hole
Totally makes you an a-hole.
for needing that.
You're already an a-hole in my book.
Yeah.
I'll never accept that I was the a-hole and still continue to recycle. Unfortunately, my town used to have us keep cardboard, paper, glass, and metal separate, but now has it all tossed together
Yeah, because they don't care.
because they don't give a shit, dude.
Yeah.
A local news station put air tags on recycling, and only a small fraction made it to the recycling facility.
Yes.
So maybe am I the a-hole for continuing to recycle? You answered your own question.
Yeah, exactly. So how can you not accept that? So, okay, a long time ago
Yeah.
when, like in LA, when we first got recycling bins or we were allowed to recycle, I was like, okay, we're gonna start to recycle, and Steve was like, do you know, like, not much of this even makes it to the recycling. It's like all it gets put in one thing.
Yep.
And I didn't believe him, and I thought he was being a turd. And I was like, I don't care what you think and what you believe. I was kind of like,
feels good.
I was
though,
indignant, like this person.
It feels good
because I think it was a little bit of guilt that like
Yeah.
I had gone so much of my life without recycling because there just wasn't an option. Like in the town I lived in, like we didn't have people collect it, and then when I lived in Hollywood, we didn't have separate recycling. So I felt guilt for like I'm an a-hole for not recycling, even though there wasn't even I'd have to go way out of my way to if I tried to do it.
Yep.
So then now they finally offered it, and I'm like, all right, now I could be a good citizen and like do the good people things. And I still do in Vegas here, like we have a separate bin for recycling.
Yep.
And I don't know, like in my head, I feel like the organization of it makes me feel good. Like even if it all goes to the same place, I at least like that it's like bottles and clinky glass things go in this bin, and like you know,
you like it for
my own brain,
autistic brain.
Yeah, but now I mean I have read a lot about how it all goes to the same place, and like how barely anything actually gets recycled, and I feel pretty pissed off that it's kind of a lie and like it's just all a sham. Like, I'm sure it started in a good place. Like, I'm sure originally, like, they were planning on doing it. But now people don't, I guess, clean it the way you're supposed to.
Correct.
Like, basically, in order for it to make it, it has to be pretty clean. It can't have food residue on it. You can't have labels on the glass things. They have to be emptied of liquids. They have to be not only empty, but washed out. And, like, I don't think people are doing that. And so the city just assumes people aren't doing that, and they just put it all in one thing.
By the way, I will say there are certain cities that nail it.
Yeah.
But generally, this is not the case.
And especially in like bigger cities, they just don't nail it.
No, they do not.
And and so I've had to.
I remember I was with your aunt recently, or it was like a couple years back, and we were at Christmas, and she watched me take a bottle and I put it in one of the parts of the trash can, and she's like, "That's recycling" or whatever, and I was like. She's like, "You're supposed to put it here. You're supposed to put it there." And I was like, "Wait, let me get this straight. If I don't, what happens?" And she's like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, do you think they trust you? Like, do you think they trust you to like, oh, it's all good. She put it in that
the right
can.
thing, and it's not contaminated.
So okay, so she did the right thing. So we all know that we can trust her. Like, no, they don't trust you. They sort through all this shit themselves. Like, it's a whole thing that they have to do.
Yeah.
And she's like, "I never thought about it like that before." But she's like, I still don't know. I still want to do it.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't hate it. Because
like
you want to do
it's kind of like an insurance thing where it's like on the off chance that I am doing a good thing.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't cost me very much to put it in this bin rather than this bin.
Mine's in the 5% that goes to the good place. I feel better.
Well, it's like, why not? If I have nothing to lose.
But
like,
just know that they don't trust you out there, folks.
No, I know.
They sort it themselves.
I agree. And now I've come to realize that. But at least like, okay, the other bin is they're both next to each other. Mm-hmm. So it cost me nothing to put it just in that bin instead of this bin. So I'll just do it because it's right there. If I had to like walk to the other side of the freaking town to do it, then no. Yeah. But like, it's just right there. So I can just do it. And if it doesn't go there, then like I did my part. Right. Like at least I did my part. Right. But yeah, like I think knowingly, it's like when you leave the shopping cart out, or like when you like knowingly, like if you littered it's like you don't have to litter. Like the trash can's right there. If you littered right outside the trash can, that's kind of what it feels like. Right. It's like, all right, well maybe someone else is gonna pick it up, but like maybe I could just like put it in here and there's like a 5% chance that I'm doing the right thing.
Love it.
You know.
By the way, if I'm at a place that has it, I do it for some reason. Like if I was at Disney,
because it doesn't cost you anything.
Well, I assume they have a better system than like
the
freaking city does. I'll tell you that.
There's no way all those theme park people are putting it in the right place.
No, they don't trust it, and nobody you're not supposed to be trusted.
Well, also I watched
have to have a better system
in the public.
Trust.
Like I've seen people put trash on the recycling one.
I know, a million times.
So it's like
a million times.
Yeah.
Anyway. By the way, even our the blue ones or whatever, people shove all kinds of shit in there.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So like I don't trust that it goes to recycling, but on the off chance, at least. Like maybe it does, and I did the right thing.
Like I love how in Vegas, water wise, we use every drop.
Oh my gosh, they're so good at recycling
so efficient
water.
Here.
Yeah,
like, and it doesn't all
every single drop that happens inside gets recycled.
Exactly,
every single drop.
Like that's tight.
It gets cleaned and recycled.
I like when it actually works.
Yeah, it's the most efficient. Why can't California do that? Ridiculous. Right. They get most of the.
Well, it's too much infrastructure that they would have to go back and redo.
Because
Vegas was built this way.
Right.
It's one of the only things we can brag about. I think we're like 49th in education or some shit.
Yeah.
Or 47th. I had someone at the door tell me, no, we're 47th. I was like,
we went
wow,
up a
dude,
few notches.
put a badge on your shirt, brother.
That tracks. Yeah.
Anyway, all right, check this one out.
You don't need much education to deal cards.
Yeah. I think you got to be pretty sharp, though, to do the math.
PLO dealers.
Oh, my God.
Whoa. The pot limit Omaha is like very math heavy. Like they've got to know how to do quick maths even when they're tired.
Even the cat's doing like quick math on blackjack any payout.
Yeah. The 1.5.
These people are good, man. Like craps dealers.
Yeah.
All right, check it out. Would I be the a-hole if I didn't invite my brother's girlfriend to my birthday? Title's pretty self-explanatory, but to give some background, I'm turning 18 in a couple of weeks.
See, this is where I like knowing the ages.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair.
Because it was like a 42-year-old man. Like,
it'd be incredible.
Like, why are you posting on Reddit?
I'm turning 18 in a couple of weeks, and I'm taking everyone in my family out to dinner. Oh, that's sweet. I have a big family with a lot of siblings, so it stands that there are 9 people confirmed coming, with more yet to reply to my invite.
Okay.
The place we're going is expensive, which is fine. I'm happy to pay for their meals because everyone I love, and I want us all to have a good time.
Wow, how does he afford that?
What a cutie.
Yeah,
it's his birthday,
sweet.
too.
Yeah.
Nice guy. All right, check it out. Problem is my brother is 19 and his girlfriend, 17. I'm not fond of her at all. She's a fine person in her own right, but I never warmed to her, and I feel like having her to my birthday would ruin the day for me and make me uncomfortable. But my brother has already assumed that she's invited, and he would be incredibly angry at me if I came out and said I didn't want her there. I'm inviting my own girlfriend, but not my older sister's 27 female boyfriend. So it wouldn't be like everyone except for my brother. There's no plus ones. Yeah, no plus ones.
Yeah.
I just don't want his girl at my birthday. I don't want to spend money on someone I don't really care about. I don't want people to be mad at me for saying it.
Just say it's too full. We don't
Limo,
have room.
lie.
He doesn't have room. In his budget.
That's true. He doesn't have room in his budget.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's like our wedding. Like, we couldn't invite all our friends, and like people got butthurt about it. And like, did I want to invite everyone? Yeah.
Yeah,
but
people got hella butthurt.
We just didn't have the budget.
I didn't even know people got butthurt till later.
Me too, because I just never been to a wedding. I didn't know how people took it. But like, we could only invite like 20 friends because I have like 90 people in my family.
And I have like equally amount of people in my family, but they all didn't come.
But it's okay because I had extra people in my family that came.
Scumbags.
So anyway, I didn't know. Like, looking back, we had more than enough food and more than enough seating. Like, totally could have invited everyone, but I didn't know that.
We didn't know that my family was such scumbags, though.
Right. Yes, and
the Millers.
Yeah. So yeah, like it really was true. Like, as much as I wanted people, and I even wanted those people, and I couldn't invite them. Yeah. So like, you don't even want this girl at your party, and you're paying for everything. Yeah, just say like, I don't have the funds for everybody, and there's only a select few people I want to have at my birthday.
Yeah, I only have so many chairs at the thing.
Yeah, like if you guys can hang out whenever you want. Like, this is just for you. If you want to come, come.
That's when you use the "it's my birthday" card.
Exactly. I'm paying for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It is one of those things too where, like, if you're having,
just say no plus ones.
Yeah, no plus ones is a good rule.
Yeah,
it's a good rule. That's a smooth way out.
Yeah.
It is tough though when you have like, if you don't like one of your family members is like boyfriend, girlfriend. Yeah. It's sort of tough cookies, buddy. Yeah. Like, you sort of have to like just deal with it. You're gonna have to deal with them a lot.
Yeah, but I'd say like,
I think you nailed it with this one as far as to say no plus ones.
Yeah.
But like, as far as in general, you're just going to have to suck it up.
In general, like, there will be functions you have to deal with them at, but not your own birthday.
Yeah.
Especially not like a milestone birthday, like 18. And like, paying for all those people is a lot for 18. Like, you're not in a high paying job unless you're like some trust fund kid or something.
Yeah.
But even still, you're like using your own money to do it. That's like kind of crazy. Also, I would say like, she's not in the family, she's not married to the guy, and she's 17. Yeah. So it's probably not like a super serious relationship.
There's something classy about inviting a bunch of people to your birthday and then paying the tab.
There is. Yeah. There is, absolutely.
Like, we've done that a bunch.
Yeah, I feel like it started with you though. Like, and it feels good. Mm-hmm. It feels good to pay for everybody. Like they came out to celebrate you, and like,
and you're just like, hey, I just appreciate you guys.
I took care of the tab. Like, it's nice.
Yeah.
Also, you know what I noticed is in Vegas, I'm friends with a lot of gamblers. Like, I play poker, but only poker.
Yep.
But I'm friends with like people that play slots and they lose a lot of money to slots. Yeah. But they get comps from spending so much money losing at slots, and they are so generous with their comps. Like, they'll just like pay for the bill. Like they'll get like $200 in comps and just take everyone out to dinner.
DJs are so nice.
Or
no,
like
DJs have always been
recently, recently one of my DJing friends, we were going to lunch, and right before lunch she got there a little bit early, and she hit a hand pay, which is like a big bonus.
Nice.
But you have to wait for the cashier to pay you because it's like over $1,000. So I think she won like $1,900 or something like that. So she just bought lunch. She didn't say it beforehand. She just like everyone had lunch, and then she just took care of the tab. She's like, I just got a hand pay.
Love it.
They're like really generous.
Yeah.
Like and it feels good because it makes me want to pay for lunch next time. Oh, I just want a tournament. I want to buy everyone lunch. I want to buy everyone dinner. Or whoever's on my rail, I want to buy everyone drinks.
Sometimes my buddy Ryan will go to like the bar across the street, watch sports or whatever, and then if he always plays.
Yeah.
Like he always plays like one of those video poker things. I never play.
Yeah.
I'm just not into it.
I need to learn the strategy for that because it's got better EV than slots, and when they're playing slots, I'd rather just play something.
Explain the EV real quick.
Expected value.
Thank you. So if he wins on that, he'll cover our bill. Like same thing. He's just like, nah, dude, I won. This is
like
sick.
free.
Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah, like today I got a bunch of skincare items, and I had to get shampoo because I just colored my hair. As you know.
Yeah.
As you know, I just colored my hair.
Good.
So the hairstylist said I have to get special shampoo now to like preserve the color.
Right.
Otherwise, it'll just like fade all out. Right. So I had to go get shampoo for it at Ulta, and then while I was there, of course, I realized I needed like a bunch of other stuff, like I'm out of mascara, I'm out of like concealer, and so the bill ended up being like $250. Then I used my points, so I got like $70 off.
Girl math.
But then also I just won like $1,000 at this meetup game on Saturday, so I just paid in cash. It's like it's free. It's all free.
Free money.
It's all free.
Love it.
It's free skincare, free makeup. I just paid for a plane ticket, a $520 plane ticket, and points, credit card points.
Feels so good,
it's
right?
Fucking free.
Dude, points are so
Points are sick. I always forget about them.
Shout out Joe Jitsukawa. Taught me a lot about points.
I don't even try to like save up my points. I just forget, like genuinely just forget. I looked at our other credit card, and we have like $500 worth of points over there too that we can just like pay a bill with. Yeah.
I have to look at my Expedia rewards because I got a fatty old.
Why don't we combine our Expedia account? That's stupid.
We need to, but mine's bigger than yours, so you should use mine.
I've had mine longer.
Yeah, but you should use mine. I have so many points on it. I'll show you.
All right.
We got to go, kids. That's all the time we got.
Anyway, let us know how you thought about our very professional judgments of who and who is not the a-hole.
I think a-hole of the day award would go to probably the girlfriend who says like
the glizzy
don't beat my dad at hot dog eating.
Ex-Dogler's daughter.
That's gonna be the a-hole of the day right there.
She want to be Dogler daughter. No, she's not Dogler daughter.
She's Dogler like girlfriend.
Yeah, and it's not through marriage, so like she doesn't get any piece of it.
Title can go away.
Yeah, exactly. She can lose that title.
I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah. Fucked up.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. We appreciate you guys. Also, if you like this show, nothing helps it more than going to patreon.com/sticky. You get this show a day early. I do my show Crypto Corner there every week. We also have a free roll poker tournament and a live stream that we do connected to that.
Once a month. Yeah.
Enjoy.
Check it out. And it helps Mark buy blankets.
Yes, because he's very cold.
Home.
Also, we have the best Discord community in the world. So
and he gets to turn on one light a month every time people come over.
If people come over, yeah.
People come over and
convert.
Go to the Patreon. Yeah. All right, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.